Hello and good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. We actually got quite a few people in here already. Hopefully, you all got your snacks and your drinks and all that ready to go. I got my coffee here. Um, Even had somebody ask why we haven't seen the Dragon's Eye Seal coffee cup. I really honestly didn't know. I just grab a coffee cup usually. But I made a point to grab this one specifically tonight. So, for those of you who's missed it, it's there. So, yay. All right. I give some people time to get in here. And Maria, good to see you. Jade, good to see you. Uh, Karma, hello. Angela, welcome. Dragon of the West, hello. Got a lot of people drifting in already. If you are here, by the way, make sure to give the thumbs up. It helps the channel a lot more than people think it does. It really does. Wildfire, good to see you. Hello. Loveless, welcome. Uh, Jade, welcome. Yeah, he was. Uh, 007, welcome. Scarlett, hello. Jeremy, welcome. Wow, we got a full house in here tonight. That is amazing. Okay, so last week I made a comment about trying to get this YouTube channel so to the point where we have enough channel subscribed members that we can just flip those ads off. And I have got a lot of great feedback from you all talking about how you think that would be a great move and encouraging others to sign up for the memberships and the like. And I want to appreciate it. We did actually get several new members, which is great. And we are getting ready to do the spell work for tier 2 and tier 3 at the first of the month. There's always a free spell working for tier 2 and 3 members at the first of the month. So go check the community tab, or if you're in the gilded community, you'll also find a section there where that announcement's usually made. And if you have requests according to your tier, you can also put that in there as well. So, y'all saw in the title or in the announcement for this, we got some pretty cool announcements tonight. Emma, hello, good to see you. Oscar, hello. Jedi, man, good to see you. 66, good to see you. All right. So, real quick, so we can get through these announcements, so I can get on to my normal ramblings, as that may be. First off, guess what, everybody? It is Jade's birthday. Yes, it is. Say hello to Jade. Happy birthday, Jade. We sang to her last night, so I'll save her that trauma again. Use birthday candles. Actually, I don't really do much for my birthday. I don't even have a cake. I usually grill me a steak. That's about all I do for my birthday, really. Even the last time my daughter did a birthday cake for me, it was a cheesecake. She didn't put candles on it, so no, we don't really worry about the candles. Okay, so big thing. Over at the online school for Working Dragon Mystic, if you go to workingdragonmystic.com, you see that little courses tab where you can jump over to the online school where we have meditation classes, where we have the Dragon Magic 101 and the 102 courses as well. And where we hosted the first workshop we did, which don't worry, we have more coming. And in fact, our very own Jade is actually going to be hosting a crystals introduction workshop. You should be able to find the workshop on the school as of right now, I believe. So that is live. Also, Jade is in the process of working on a full detailed crystals course that will stay in line with everything that Working Dragon Mystic in the school does. The same pricing, the same reasonable practicality, all those things. She's totally keep on that. And if I read her notes correctly, there's actually going to be a 101 and a 102. So she's going to go deep into some crystal Magics and Working, which is amazing. I know that's a lot. That is a huge topic a lot of people want, and I want to thank her because her expertise in this subject and everything, I really do believe in her, and two, she's going to allow us to be able to get these courses up without me having to continue to produce more and more courses. Y'all know I'm overworked trying to get the arcane pillar courses and the dragon magic courses alone. So keep your eyes out for those. If you are interested in the workshop, though, go on over to workingdragonmystic.com and sign up and enroll. I think it's a limit of 20 seats. Workshops usually are. It will be a live workshop over Zoom. Lot of fantastic info. Fantastic. She had me look over it. I honestly have to say, of all the crystal workshops I've seen in all my years, this one, hand down, one of the best information wise, and it's also the cheapest. So great value there. Next, channel memberships. I already said it, but we're trying to get the channel to the point where it supports itself without ads and any necessities like that, which would free us up, allow us to do more things and the likes like that. So we are trying to raise the channel memberships. So if you are interested in supporting the channel, go to the About section or below most of the videos, you'll see where it says join. We currently have 3 tiers. Do the one that suits you best if you want to support the channel. If you want to support us and you can't afford it, just hit that like button. That alone helps us in the algorithm. Got that. Oh, yeah, super chats. We do have super chats if you have a question and I miss it because we are already busy in here tonight. A super chat flashes it up here on my screen real big. I see that, then yay. That allows me to get to it. Do keep it within the YouTube guidelines and the under 18 kind of thing that we do the live streams in here because we try to keep it family oriented as best we can here. Gilded, I mentioned it. We do have a Gilded. Join us over there. The community's growing. We've had a lot of great conversations this week. I've been so proud of them. They've handled some really deeper topics this week without anyone getting their tushies in a knot, which has been nice. I'm really great to have such a respectful and kind community built around Working Dragon Mystic. That amazes me. I'm still very proud of that. Hit the like button. Got that? Okay. Yeah, I think I just covered all my notes. We did say happy birthday to Jade. August spell working. Mentioned that. Okay, yeah, we're good. Now I can ramble. Oh, and real quick before I forget, I looked at it this time. You always ask me and I always forget. I looked ahead into the future with my mind powers. Actually, I checked my calendar. The video Tuesday will be the magical properties of rum. So keep an eye out for that one. That one was a lot of fun to make. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I love me some steak. I eat steak quite a lot, actually. Many of you know I eat a carnivore diet, so go figure. But I do. I like to just grill me a nice steak and park it beside maybe a baked potato and salad for my birthday. That's about it. See, love grilled steak. Yes, Jade, thank you for sharing the link to the workshop. Appreciate that. Now, do mind the sign-ups are started, so reserve your seat because once the spots are full, they're full. I do believe it's a month from now is when the actual workshop is, but the date should be on there as well, so you should be good to go there. Do you ever think to do your own book about dragon magic? Hey, 66, tell you what, after this week's video, I have actually been asked that question a lot. Actually, since I started this channel, really, now that I think about it. And Jade has actually approached me about helping me take what is my scrambled Southerner ability to talk and teach, which I cannot put on paper, and to help me put it into a book format of some kind. This is a project her and I has discussed about attempting and trying. With everybody who's been asking, because you all know, I know some people like books, some people like video. My wife, I said it before, my wife don't like video learning because she wants to be able to read it. Um, I just tell her she's antisocial, but all the same. So we are wanting to try and get as much format as we can there. And since Jade is trying and willing to help me with that when she gets a few things off her schedule, because she's a busy lady, she's a family lady. Um, yeah, we are actually going to attempt to try that as best we can. So yeah, it's actually something we're looking into. Um, we're just trying to figure out exactly how we want to set it up. Right now, the initial thought is to potentially do books that would pair up with Dragon Magic 101 and 102. So if you don't do well with video, you'd have the book format available and make it mesh really well so that you could even utilize them together to increase your ability and your learning processes there. So that's kind of where we're going. But yes, it is in the works. Thank you for asking. We like it cheap. I try to keep everything as affordable as I can and still maintain the ability to keep the lights on and pay for the website and all that stuff. So I try to keep it very, very practical and affordable. That's always what I try to do. Because y'all know I'm not a big fan of these overpriced things. Never have been, never will be. Da-da-da-da. Lucifer is not generally viewed as a goetic spirit, but there is, other than the fact that they're entities, there's no direct connection. The goetic spirits are actually one style of entity, and the dragons are a different type of entity entirely. Um, there really is no overlap. There's no true dragons amongst the goetic entities. There are entities amongst the goetic spirits that can take the shape of a dragon, but taking the shape of a dragon does not make one a true dragon. That is a very, very huge distinction that a lot of people do not make, and that does include Lucifer. Lucifer is not a dragon. He can take a shape of a dragon. That's why we see him. If you check out the video about dragon magic versus draconic magic or draconian path, we separate the differentials because the draconic path uses serpent and dragon symbolism, not true dragons, where dragon magic is working specifically with true dragons. Now, the beauty of this is dragons, I have yet to find any specific entities that dragons won't work with, which does allow a dragon magician or dragon magic practitioner, whatever you want to call yourself, to literally just kind of step across those lines and work with different entities without having to worry about any mishaps. Like I know a lot of Egyptian practitioners, they complain, they say they can't work with other entities, their entities get jealous. I've met a few people who say the Egyptian entities don't get jealous when they do it. I did not have a good experience with the Egyptians. Many of you know that. So, not the Egyptians, the Egyptian deities. I actually know several Egyptians that I adore, absolutely adore them. So that's a completely separate thing. Just want to make sure I clear that up because you know how people get on YouTube these days. But other than the fact that there is an ally and a working together toward the overall balance, there's not really much of a connection there. Let's see. I love books. Well, that's good to know that there's a lot of interest in that. There is. So, well, maybe me and Jade will try and get that into the project hopper. Because I have a lot going on for the rest of the year. I do not get to blink and breathe until the end of the year. It's going to be a busy, busy, busy year. So, yeah. Going to be fun, though. Going to be fun. Hey, Violet Star, mugs up to you. Jeremy, what's my experience with angels? Honestly, I find angels to be... I've enjoyed working with them on times, though I will admit they can be jerks. They're very stubborn, very rigid, which is not something that goes well with my personal personality. But I know I'm the problem more than them, okay? I know I'm the problem, not them. That said, when I do work with them, I actually find working with them pretty fun. One of the things I've always said, though, is angels tend to work in a slower, more methodical manner. So they can bring change to your life in a slightly easier manner because it's nice and slow and usually over time. the problem is a lot of people really aren't patient, so they don't like slow and steady. And I get that. But slow and steady can also be a little easier from time to time. So you got to weigh that pro and that con there. But I've actually enjoyed it. Um, I've been wanting to do more videos on angels. It's just we've got so many topics right now. So yeah, I've actually enjoyed it. Actually, Archangel Michael is one of my favorite entities to work with. Maria, is it normal for arcane senses to take time to develop? Absolutely, absolutely. First off, everyone is different. Some of my senses took a really long time to develop, and some just I'd been using them without knowing. So when I started doing the exercises, I just started realizing that they had already been trained up a little bit there. But yeah, I've had students that it takes them years. Some pick them up faster than others, and certain senses some pick up quicker than others as well. But it is a very individual process. It is. But it is possible for anyone to train them and develop them. Contrary to the popular myth of it's a gift, you're either born with it or you can't do it. Wrongo, that's a lie, that's a fib, and they're trying to sell you something. You can do it, you just got to put the work in to train. It's like going to the gym, okay? There are some people that are naturally freaking buff. We know them, we don't like them. They're, no matter what they eat, what they do, they just stay in shape. You know what I mean? And then you got people like me. I actually have quite a bit of muscle mass for my appearance. But if I wanted to look the part and actually put on more muscle, I have to hit the gym and I have to work freaking hard to do so. So, you know, we all have a different frame. And then I had a buddy, one of my mentors growing up. Dude was tiny, skinny as a rail, had a freaking six pack, and I mean, he could eat like 4 pizzas. It's ridiculous. I look at a pizza and I gain weight. So there, just we're all different in that respect, Maria, and it does take different levels of working for different things. Just like some people can pick up an instrument and play it. Others, they have to work for quite some time and put in a lot of time and hours to pick up the instrument. Have you used birthday candles for spell work? Oh yeah, all the time. I will use any candle I can get my hand on. Honestly, tea lights are my favorite just because I can buy them in bulk. Though I have often candles because they're easy to find. Times when I was traveling more and needed to pick up candles quickly, if I was in a small town or something and I couldn't find a specific colored candle, I went to the baking aisle and grabbed birthday candles. They come in an assortment of colors right there for $2. And they do just as good a job. So yeah, I've used them. I have no issues using them. I've actually jury rigged so many magical rituals that one of my friends said I'm a really great individual at redneck gas station magic. I was like, I'll take that as a compliment. Let's see. No problem, Jeremy. Ah, we jumped. Crap. So I guess it's safe to say that there is no war between light and dark realms. No. This whole spiritual warfare, no. In fact, most of what we call demons and most of what we call angels are the exact same beings. They actually work together. They don't actually fight. Like Michael and Lucifer actually get along. The whole concept of this war that you've heard about. I mean, hell, I heard about it growing up too, and most people know it from Supernatural. Lord help us. Funny show. Do not take it as authentic lore by any means. No, it's just not there. It really is not. You will see that religions, and this goes for all religions, there's not one religion that gets a pass on this. They make an enemy out of the things they disagree with. Period. All religions, including paganism, they all make an enemy of the thing they disagree with. And hold on here, we're getting a little dark. I got so used to the high summer that I didn't think about that, but that's okay. We got that figured out. I've never seen entities argue on one of my. I've never seen. Yeah, they really don't. I've seen them discuss plan of actions and path, like which is the best plan of action, that kind of thing. I've seen them discuss it, not argue. But yeah, well, it sounds like my book title, Anthony. Oh dear God, tell me you're not talking about the gas station comment. Actually, you know what? That would actually be a freaking funny book or workshop or video course. Now that I think about it, if that's what you're talking about, mate. Loveless. That's actually a great thing. Yes, if you can actually know it, like if you can feel it, sense it, shape, and all that, but you can't necessarily see it, it's just as good. It really is. So you're fine there, mate. You are fine. Oh yeah. Light and darkness are not good and evil. That is one of the fallacies of modern thinking: is light is good, dark is evil. If light is so good, then why would the world die if there was only daylight? Simple. Light would eradicate it. Light has a tremendous amount of negativity in it. Light is not purely good. Same thing with darkness. Darkness is a very healing, nurturing point of the day, and thus so is darkness energy. Though too much of anything is a bad thing. You need the balance. What do you know about diamond boxes? Yeah, diamond boxes, they're more of a myth, Maria. There is some reality to them, but most of it's just a trend right now. Everyone that's ever been presented to me was just bogus. I'll be honest with you. I have been shown and presented with supposedly about 100 of these, and all of them were just antique cabinets from an antique store that didn't even really have residual energy on it too much, any more than like my grandmother's furniture would have had on it. One of them did actually have some kind of, I would say it was creepy energy. Wasn't an entity, wasn't anything like that, just creepy energy, which you would expect from like grandfather. My grandfather was an asshole. So like the stuff that was his, that he spent the most time around with, just had that kind of curmudgeon, just jackassery energy about it. That was the worst thing of any of these so-called boxes that they've brought me. So honestly, when it comes to them at this point in time, I've seen nothing to make me buy into this whole trend. Now, I'm always open to it. Y'all know that. That's the reason I do paranormal investigations. That's the reason I love research. I'm always open to it, but I need proof. I'm not just going to take somebody's word for it, because there's a lot of people who get out there and they say a lot of things, and yeah. I mean, I could get up here on YouTube and be like, hey, everybody, worship me. I'm the second coming of Redneck Jesus. That don't make it true. That don't make it true. And I can't walk on water. I got enough fat on me. I could float pretty well, but I can't walk on water. Hope that answers your question a little bit, Maria. Don't let them worry you. Are there such things as vampire entities in the astral realm? Well, really depends on what we're talking about vampires. If we're talking about blah, 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 suck your blood, no. If you're talking about an entity out there that can take your energy, any entity out there can take your energy if it so chooses. This draws into a moral concept and philosophy, true. And there are entities that feed off of different sets of types of energy, like fear. So if you're scared all the time and running around like Scooby-Doo, you know what? You're a smorgasbord. You have excess fear. Feeding off the fear is not going to hurt you. It's actually going to help you. But they are feeding off that fear energy you're releasing. Does that make them a vampiric entity? Technically, they're taking energy. So by definition, boom, they're a vampiric entity. Are there vampiric entities maliciously moving around to harm people? Actually, no. Entities like that are so excessively rare. We constantly see this concept of being attacked by entities. I have spent years researching this, okay? Years. And 90% of this stuff can actually be debunked entirely due to thought forms generated by one's personal fears or unresolved issues they have due to trauma, past life events, and stuff like that, that they need to be doing shadow work on. You can create in a nightmare. Your own thought forms and nightmare entities can drain you. Let's admit, we do have what's called astral nasties, astral parasites, or these little things. These are essentially energetic consciousness. They're like thought forms created by just things. So you have a bad day, you give someone the finger when they cut you off in traffic, you could create an astral nasty, okay? These things feed on the very energy source that creates them. They're not a true entity in sense. They're just almost like a little blob of energy that has this semi-consciousness. They're less than a jellyfish, people, and jellyfish don't even have a brain. Think about that. Now, if you just let these things cling to you and build up in your house, they can become a problem. They can become a problem. But you can also just spray any cleansing, mist spray, do any cleansing ritual like a lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram. You can do the dragon's flame ritual, any of those in their most weakest format will blast them out of existence like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Even incense, lighting incense or candles regularly around your house with a positive element will also get rid of them. Very easy, very easy. Technically, that's considered a thought form. If you're creating it and you're actually in control of it at that point, yes, it's a thought form. That's also the entire principle behind servitor magic. But again, servitors that they're actually just as easy to get rid of. So if you actually value a servitor, sending it after someone else is probably a bad idea because they can just destroy your work like that. And Seti, the red cab. Hey, Mick, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Mugs up. Is that a unicorn? That is. I love that unicorn sticker. That's amazing. Loki messing with the... He might be, but at the same time... yeah, see, at the same time, it might be me. Because for the live streams, my tripod camera doesn't really work. So I have to use a camera that sits here on the desk. So that might be part of the issue also. But yeah, Loki loves to tinker with my stuff during live streams and videos in general. But that's okay. Loki's a good guy. He helps out and looks after me and the wife. So I'm okay with that. I'll take a little messing with the cameras. And it's kind of fun, especially during editing to see the kind of shenanigans he's pulled. And I miss some stuff and you find stuff in the videos. You're like, Drake, did you notice this? No, I did not. And I go back and look at my own video and sure enough, there it is. Keeps what I do interesting. I'll give you that. Let's see. Entities. Yes. Freaking thank you. 25 years of practice here. I absolutely agree. Yeah, we are our own worst enemies. And it absolutely drives me ape shit to watch so many people predatorily charging people money for cleansings and blessings and claiming, oh, it's a demon, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. When actually, no, guess what? You got a bad attitude. You had a bad day. You created an astral nasty. And if you'd have just burned a little incense, lit some candles, or even said a simple prayer or psalm, yes, you could even say a psalm, or done something like the lesser banishing ritual, you could have fixed the problem yourself for free. Those people annoy me. I actually should probably just do a video on those little astral nasties and show a quick and easy way just to really stick it to those little shysters. You know me. Oh, unicorns are absolutely badass. They're mean as hell. Where this concept of their sweet loving, I don't know where that crap came from, but they are beautiful creatures. Absolutely beautiful. In the concept of Mean, predator, and beautiful. The unicorn is right up there with the great white for me. And for those who don't know, I absolutely adore sharks. I actually wanted to study and become a marine biologist when I was a kid. So my love of science has always been there. And it's actually Shark Week now. So you know I'm nerding the frick out right now. But yeah, unicorns are amazing creatures. Oh, no problem, Maria. Always happy. Always happy. No, 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 no. Um, it is very, 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 I could be here all night saying very, um, rare that an entity will do anything to harm you. Okay. Um, and in truth, the irony to that is, even when they do, they have a positive reason. Or they may not consider it harm. You see this a lot with Fae. The Fae think it's a joke or something like that. They're not really harmful or malicious, but what they consider a joke, we might consider sucky. But we also see this with humans. Like the jokes me and my friends amongst the Valentines play on each other come April Fool's Day, some people just consider outright horrible and mean. And YouTube probably won't let me go over it. But needless to say, our wives won't even allow us in the same state on the April Fool's Day. So you do the math. We may or may not have accidentally set one of us on fire at one point. It was a total accident. And we felt really bad. We did put the guy out. We threw him in the lake. But it was hilarious. See what we got. Do you have recommendations on channels to learn more? Oh man, do I have recommend? You know what? I'm going to have to look back through because it's one of those things where all the channels I grew up with and loved kind of disappeared. One of the more practical ladies, I wish she hadn't taken her channel down, was Charming Pixie Flora. Amazing individual who really embraced the concept of one's own personal path. Um, but her channel, she took it down. Her and her family's focusing on other things. Totally get that. She's an amazing person. Now he kind of it's hard. It really is. It's hard to get out there and find them. Um, I'm I may actually go through because I have a bunch saved that I occasionally check on and watch, but I know the icon, and since I have it saved, I don't know the name of the channel no more. I get hit in the head a lot. Hopefully that'll help. The soul finishing, I don't even remember if I can fully remember how it went. I didn't points on it, but I have heard of it. Okay, we're showing my internet's having a little. There we go. Stop being a butthead, internet. Okay. How do you handle your vibration raising so quickly? I mix meditation, shadow work. Alchemy has let me see the truth of our conditioned world, but now I struggle around both. Issues you might look, it's your ego. It is your ego because you're viewing yourself as too good for them or you're above them. As long as you are a meat suit walking on this rock, you are not above them. And that is a hard one. That is something I had to struggle with myself. And still do. You all have heard me make the comment, I'm allergic to stupid people. And let's be honest, there's a lot of stupid people in the world, both in the magical community and outside. But you've also heard me talk about how much I put forward to others in my community. I have to check my ego. Everything I do to better myself should also better those around me. Plain and simple. My wife sees it daily. If I'm out in public, people just come up to me, talk to me as if I'm their most trusted confidant because there's something about me that draws them to me. But no matter where I am, it happens. Y'all know I live in the South. Everybody's like, how can you live in the South? It's so Christian. Don't people? No, people. No one gives me crap. Simply put, I treat them like a person. I treat them like a human being. I'm respectful to them regardless of who they are. And if they say something to me, I simply say, I understand your point of view and I respect it, but respect mine. And that'd be the end of it. That is the worst I ever get. And I enjoy having certain discussions with them even. So you could take me, put me in the most conservative, highly religious neighborhood. I'd get along just fine with my neighbors. Love them. And I would help them. If they needed any help, I would happily help them. But it's all about keeping that ego. I know many of you've actually said, Drake, don't call yourself a stupid redneck or stuff like that. What you all don't realize is I make fun of me. I enjoy making fun of me because in making fun of me, I remind myself I'm just an average guy. And there's not one person on this planet that isn't just that. So, yeah, that's how I do it. It is really that simple. Oh, we're behind. What does the meditation course include? Because I was thinking of buying that one first before Dragon Magic 101. Okay, the meditation course, Maria, it is a big one. It probably should have been split into 2 courses, but screw it. We cover passive meditation, we cover active meditation. So passive meditation is essentially where you're just meditating, think blank mind kind of concept, or utilizing it for reaction or relaxation. Sorry. And then active meditation is where you're actively trying to achieve a goal during meditation outside just calming down empty thoughts, stuff like that. And we talk about different styles of meditation, different ways that one can meditate while sitting. We talk about movement meditation. We talk about utilizing verbal mantras and stuff like that. We also include aspects of trance work. And there's even an entire path working that deals with meditating within the 4 elements and utilizing both trance and journey work within that during that path working to help you work on yourself in a kind of meditative alchemy during that path working. So it builds up all these skills that actually are very helpful in Dragon Magic 101, without a doubt. And they also help you to develop your arcane senses if you're working on those as well. So I do view meditation as the foundation of all magic due to the fact that all 3 of the arcane pillars are built on a solid meditative practice. So we put a lot into that particular course to give a lot of variations, options into understanding meditation. There's even a chakra meditation in there where we touch on the chakras. I know that's one of the few times I've touched on the chakras much. And before anyone asks, yes, we do plan to do more on the chakras. So yeah, I mean, it's a great course if you wanted to try it, and it can definitely help you with your Dragon Magic 101 if you wanted to take that after. It has been a while, so I'm trying to remember the list in it off just my brain. Yep, we only have one internet provider here. You know, they suck. Period. So we do the best we can. You know. Let's see, Angela. Like when you yelled, you're trying to summon a demon to your loud neighbors, and they quit yelling. Yeah. Oh yeah, those people. They were great. They were pretty good neighbors, all in all. That was the only issue I ever had out of them. And anytime I saw them out and about town or whatnot, they were very pleasant, nice people. The husband actually helped me with some yard work issues that I was having. I remember that. But yeah, like that. See, I'm not shy. I am me. I don't care who you are. I am me. And I will be me. And it's that kind of authenticity of, this is who I am. Take it or leave it. I don't give a rat's rump. I don't worry about if people like me. I don't care. So that allows me to be authentically me. But at the same time, whether you like me or not, if you need my help, guess what? I can help you. I don't need to like you, and I don't need you to like me for me to be a good person to you. I don't need that. Kind of that simple. At the same time, if you try to lay hands on any of my family members or hurt someone I care about, I also don't need to worry about whether or not I'm going to sleep well at night when I whoop your tail. Just saying. Don't take my ability to be nice to my community and help those, even if I don't like them, for someone who's a doormat. Very, very different. Very different. Very different. Drake, have you ever worked with mythical creatures like elves, unicorn, minotaurs, etc., if dragons and fae exist? Actually, unicorns exist within the fae realms, and I have actually worked with unicorns in the fae realms. Elves I've worked with through Norse. There's elves drastically within the 9 realms. Svartalfheim and Alfenheim are the 2 major places where you'll run into elves there. I've also worked with elves within the Fey realms, because again, they're Fey creatures. Minotaurs, I have seen a Minotaur or 2, have not particularly worked with them. So that's your list. Okay, got that. So yeah, the answer would be yes. Please make a guided Dragon's Flame meditation. Have I not done that? I know I did a guided. No, I did a Guardian Dragon guided meditation. Huh. I can try. Guided meditations are hard right now because of the way they post ads. And with YouTube's new policy where they can put ads on crap even if I don't put ads on crap, that's really making it more and more difficult. So we can try it. I will say there is a guided version in the Dragon Magic 101 class with no ads, because guess what? It's not attached to YouTube. Don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing YouTube. I understand. They are a business, they have to make money, and they are a platform that allows me to use the platform for free. So I'm not dogging YouTube. I respect the business. Business is business. I understand that. And I respect that. And well, we're all having to pay for gas somehow, so I respect that. So don't think I'm dogging YouTube when I say that, and please don't get up in here and start. But yeah, I can work on that, Jeremy. I can see about that. See if we can attempt it anyway. Okay. See, there has been great info on here tonight. I'm glad I'm not the only one that has had a hard time with the light angels at times. Oh, no. Like I said, I know I'm the problem because I'm very, well, you all met my daughter. You've seen Halloween up in here. She's pretty chaotic, right? I'm actually the same way. I just appear calmer. If you could see in my head, you take the worst spaghetti junction in any city in the U.S., like take full on traffic in LA around, and put that at a speed that runs very similar to the Autobahn. That's my brain. It is going 1,000 different directions, crisscrossing at all times. It's maddening. But because of that, when it comes to an entity that really follows methodology and order and doesn't allow me to bounce around, ask questions, and say, hey, what if? We start butting heads a little. That's why I get along so well with Michael. Michael at least has that warrior's nature to him, which I respect and understand that. That's at least something him and I can get on. And then you got others like Raphael. Raphael's a divine healer. I remember him and I was having a conversation, and I was like, I need your help with this. And he's like, no. I'm like, why? And he's like, somebody's already on that. Oh, great. Could you tell me? No. You're an ass. So he followed the rules. He didn't break the rules. I understand that. I respect that. But at the same time, at the time and moment, I thought he was a jerk. Him and I have worked together since then, and him and I laughed about how upset and vocal I may have expressed myself to him. But we butt heads, you know. They don't take it personally. They do understand I'm me. I actually often wonder if some of these angels don't roll their eyes when I do contact them. Because, oh, Lord, it's Drake. Here we go again. You know, I do have to wonder if I'm that human where they're like, oh, not this one. All right. All right, let's go. Let's see what we can do. You know, so. Yeah, the ads just kind of break up the guided meditation. That's the annoying part there. But we will see about it. We will see. I'll look into that. Let's see. Redcap, what do you think about us creating illness and our elements having spiritual cause? Obviously, well, you are correct. There's certain parts that there's nothing spiritual about it. It's medical. We can prove it. It's science. We can put it in a test tube. You can measure it. There's nothing spiritual, hokey dokey, woo woo about it. Period. Okay, we know this. However, at the same time, if we look into psychology, we also do understand scientifically something like the placebo effect. We also know the placebo effect can have not only a positive, but can also have a negative reaction through science. Okay, we know this. Okay, and that's the reason a lot of scientists actually wonder if us occultists and what we do is nothing more than placebo. Could be, but if it helps, it helps. But if we're going to recognize and put a check mark on that, the positive side of placebo, we have to recognize and look over here at the negative side. And just as we can self-curse, you can literally think yourself sick, because essentially if you bring yourself into a worried, mopey state of depression where you're like, oh, I got the flu, I got the flu, I got the flu, you can actually end up lowering your own emotional state to the point where you make yourself more susceptible to it and end up making yourself sick, where you will show the same signs and everything. Your body will begin to replicate it. Now, if they take the blood work, here's the interesting thing. If they take the blood work, will you show signs of this person has the flu? No, you have all the symptoms, but you don't have the flu. So there is that kind of concept there. And again, like I said, if placebo can be positive, we have to recognize the negative as well, which does happen. So that's another reason I choose to get up, do my best every day, regardless of how I'm feeling. I think I've said it on here. I know I've told my daughters this. I don't care how you feel. Get up, shower, get dressed like you're doing your normal. Because if you run on your normal, your brain and your body will try to go to normal, even when you're feeling bad, which can actually boost your immune system. Hope that helps a little bit. Good questions, though. Great questions. Okay, I missed a few while rambling on that. I apologize. I've missed a lot while rambling, apparently. I'm going to say, as someone who, with multiple genetic, chronic, and disability medical conditions, you cause that you cause illness attitude is offensive as fuck. I love to. Oops. I wasn't supposed to say the AF out loud, was I? Sorry, YouTube. I'd love to know how I cause. Exactly, Loveless. Exactly. Y'all know I don't like spiritual healers, don't you? Okay. If you don't, if you're new here, I don't like them. I'll tell you why. They've tried to kill me 6 times. The number of them that have laid hands upon me and cured my epilepsy and told me to toss my medications for I am healed, they are many. And they are fraudulent and they are idiots, because guess what? I, Drake Valentine, am still epileptic. And if I do not take my medicine, I will have a grand mal seizure and drop to the floor, twitching like a dying cockroach. And though it may be humorous on camera to some people, it sucks. Believe me, I'm completely unaware of what happens at the time, but afterwards, I feel like somebody just hit me with a Mack truck going at 90 miles an hour. It sucks. There is no cure. There is no healed. I am just, that's it. That is what it is. So, yeah, I have a very big beef with these little gurus and these little people sitting there going around. You are healed. You are healed. You are healed. Let me put my crystals around you. You'll be better. You don't need no doctor. There's a reason this channel says magic can support medicine, but never replace it. I've seen way too many people harmed by that attitude. So when we talk about making our own illness, that's why I come to the placebo effect, because we know it can have a positive effect to some extent, and we know it can have a negative effect to some extent. Now, does that mean we can think our way into something like epilepsy or cancer? I've seen no signs of that at all, period. End of story. Cold, flu, that I've seen that stuff. So yes, levels. I'm completely on the same one with you. Mugs up there. I actually find it extremely offensive. I do too. Totally offensive. In fact, one of my daughters, she's adopted, but she was adopted with a medical condition that I won't spread her business, but yeah, it challenged everyone heavily. Not Halloween, the other one. So there you go. But no, as far as like chronic illnesses, we're talking about. Consider we're not born with. No. Cancer actually isn't it's not something we can think our way into either. In fact, actually, if you look at the current studies and the data on cancer, and we're actually finding cancer actually seems to have a metabolic root more than anything. In fact, they're finding that stuff like keto and carnivore can actually drastically reduce or even eliminate cancer in the early stages. It seems to be a product of insulin. Like most health problems these days seems to run back to hormones and insulin. It's not a thought process. So there is that. And that's, again, why I support medical science, because if we can put it in a test tube and test it, we don't have to worry about thinking our way into it, do we? We can, now I will say this, we can think our way into stupidity and getting ourselves sicker, because if we're not seeing a doctor or we're trying to do some of these things like, I don't know, talk to spiritual healer Bob, who told me I was healed, I trusted him. I ended up in a grand mal seizure too. Not a good idea. I was stupid. If I listened to the doctor instead of the old guy, I wouldn't have done that. So as far as this channel stands, trust the modern medicine. Don't trust the spiritual healers when it comes to important things like that. Period. Magic and spirituality can supplement. Nothing wrong with supplementing and helping, but never use it to push aside actual trained medical school professionals. Let's see. Whoever the heck would find that funny. Don't do that, Drake. And whoever would find that funny is a jerk. Seizures. No, they are not funny, Angela. They are not funny. I was actually on the phone with a friend when I had a grandma. Oh, dear God. I didn't know I had the grandma, of course, until I was coming out of it and I was disoriented. And I came out of it with someone banging on my door, just boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh, my God, what's going on? And I staggered over to the door, disoriented. I opened the door. There's my friend Callie. I'm like, Callie, what are you here? I was just talking to you on the phone. Apparently, I'd been blacked out for something near 30 minutes or so. And since a grand mal seizure kicked in, all your muscles seized. So it just shut all the air out of my lungs, which essentially created a screaming sound that she heard. She rushed over to the house really, really fast to make sure I was all right. And on the way, called my wifey Pooh. So, yeah, I woke up to the two of them at the door, scared crapless that I'd done something stupid or maybe told the wrong person to shut up. They didn't know. A, I felt like crap. B, I felt very loved to have friends that would just drop everything and run over and make sure I was okay. That was so sweet of them. And I still absolutely adore Callie. And of course I love my wife. I mean, she still puts up with me. She's still married to me. So yeah. Healed is healed. No, there was no temporary. It was supposed to be entirely permanent. And also, before we just start knocking Jesus, most of the spiritual healers that quote unquote healed me weren't even Christians. They were pagans, shamans, and others. So no religion gets a pass in my brain when it comes to these spiritual hacks. Thanks for the clarification. Laugh my off spiritual magic stuff can influence, impact, exaggerate, and cause you, but cause no. See, yeah, those clarifications are important. I'm actually wanting to start a series because in the last workshop I did, a lot of you attended. We went over very specific scientific terms and how they are used in science and how they are used in spirituality, philosophy, and magic. And the spiritualists like to say that this word is equal to the science word and the definitions are the same and they are equal when they are not. They have completely separate meanings, and science don't give a rat's patoot about your spirituality or your magic. It doesn't. In fact, if you hear quantum mystic in the front of anyone, assume they're a hack because I guarantee you they're not using the word quantum right, period. Even though they will claim science backs them, which, again, that's... Whoo, you guys are just getting me in on all my salty southern topics here. Whoo, getting me all worked up. Well, I see you're asking if your questions aren't appearing, Wildfire. That's the first one I've seen. But then again, I think I've missed a lot of questions, Wildfire. I'll be honest with you, mate. I think I missed a lot in my ranting. I'll admit. Yeah, it's freaking terrifying, Red Cat. Many of you know I don't drink to get drunk. I will have like a cocktail. I don't even like to get a buzz because I like to be in control of my facilities. So for me, one of the most terrifying things is that sensation of disorientation. So coming out of a seizure it's one of my biggest fears, that sensation and that feeling. I would rather just take the pain than the disorientated feeling. I don't like it. Not at all. Let's see. What was the most fun offering you ever cooked and made for a pact? I remember you mentioning you once offered mead or something to Odin. I may be misremembering the place. No, actually I did. I homebrew mead quite a bit and haven't in a long while just due to the situations that I've been working with. I had time, but I did, and I do quite often offer wine and mead to Odin, and I did offer some that I homebrewed for him. Most fun, huh? Okay. I'm going to go with this. There's two that I would list as the most fun. And one was for Thor and one was for Hell. So for Thor, he encouraged me to try something new and different and step outside my comfort zone. And I've mentioned this on this channel. I don't bake. I can't bake. It's not my strong suit. I can cook just about anything you want. Just don't ask me to bake. So I tried to bake. I made a cake and I decided to offer it up to Thor and share it with him. So at least I had my slice and the rest, I had my part of it and he had his part. I had not tried the cake until the actual ritual where I offered it. Believe me, that was a punishment, not an offering, I feel. He was thankful that I stepped outside my comfort zone. He did encourage me to work on getting better at baking if I was going to continue it. So far, I haven't continued it because, oh dear God, that was awful. The next one was a gumbo of the dead that I made for Hell. I got the recipe wrote down. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it was literally an entire gumbo based around Cajun Louisiana gumbo, and then the ingredients and add-ons and stuff were built around correspondences and stuff that went with working with the underworld and the process and passing and remembrance of ancestors and one's own coming to terms with that process of oneself as well. Those were actually some of the funnest ones. The amount of people that were just baffled and surprised at how much work I put into a gumbo like that, they found it quite funny. And hey, Anto, okay, Wildfire. Okay, that question popped up. I hope it didn't make you do that. Let's see here. And by the way, Wildfire, mugs up. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Is there a physical dragon hiding in your hat, or is your hat the dragon, and that's how you know so much? You know, I saw you all talking about this in the Gilded server. No, there's no dragon in the hat. And the hat's not a dragon. Thank God, because this hat gets beat up a lot. No, actually, one of the things that I teach with divinations is the ability to reach out into the ether and to find the information that you need when you need it. Now, true, most of the questions you all ask me, I have studied and researched because I am a big, giant dork, and I'm doing a lot of reading, a lot of researching, and experimenting 24/7. It's what I do. But in truth, you guys, if you watch any of these live streams, you will occasionally see me glance off to the side. I am not looking into my hat. I'm actually just kind of reaching into the ether to either A, remind myself of something I read God knows when, or to find the answer. And that's kind of the thing there. Which when I do get to the divinations course, that's actually one of the things we're going to be talking about in the later levels of it. Because ultimately, divination is not the cards. It's not the runes. It's not the pendulum. It's not the whatever tool you're using. True divination is about the ability to reach into the ether and get the information, period. Will you put the gumbo for the dead on the kitchen witch video? I love gumbos. That's not a bad idea. That would be a long video to film. I mean, editing, I can keep the video short, but it's going to. But then again, I did pork shoulder. That took me like freaking 16 hours. So yeah, we can look into getting that one done. Maybe I might do that one for Halloween, people. We might actually try to get the gumbo with the dead recipe done for this Samhain and Halloween season. What do you say? Does that sound good? We'll try and see if we can do that. I got to look at ingredients, though. Let me pull up the recipe. I'm not going to promise it. We're going to try. I can say we'll try it. All right. Let's see. I can't be clock time already. Yeah, Jade's already thrown clocks at me, and I have an admin meeting to get to, so it really is that time. Darn, the hat would be awesome. The hat is kind of, I won't lie, it wasn't intentional, but the hat did become part of the Working Dragon Mystic branding, and I now catch so much crap if I ain't got my hat with me. So, it is kind of part of my superpowers now, I guess, because, but if I ain't got one of my hats on, y'all, something's wrong. We know that. So, yeah. Yeah, everyone who missed it, definitely say happy birthday to Jade. If you did miss it. All right, everyone. I'm going to hop off here and get into the admin meeting and see if I can stir up some trouble over there. You guys have been absolutely freaking amazing. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the questions. Those were great questions tonight. I do apologize for some of the ranting. You guys got me on some of those, topics that are really near and dear and personal to me, definitely. But y'all know I'm also pretty authentic in the fact that I'll tell you what I think. And sometimes that just, brings out the passionate Southern in me a little bit there. Hopefully you all enjoy rants. Okay, so you all do enjoy my ranting. That's good. That's good. At least I can offer entertainment value with it. But those were some great questions. This was a great stream. I am so looking forward to next week's stream as well. Crap. See, I forgot to mention this. Hopefully you all are liking us tinkering around and playing with the shorts a bit. We have been doing some YouTube shorts and trying that function out and trying to expand my technology knowledge. I've been getting some pretty good responses from it. Some of you have liked it. Some of you have asked for some comical sides of the shorts. We can see about that. It's really hard for me to say anything in a minute and shut up. But it's also a nice challenge, and it is a way to get new people to find in the channel. And we have, from the 2 we did this week, we did get a lot of great response from new viewers and current viewers. So I do think it would be a great way for me to share a thought or two in the week to help grow the channel and some of the way we present some content. So Wildfire, it may have been you who originally, kind of encouraged me to try to do the shorts. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I do appreciate it. It's tricky. It is. You all know I have trouble shutting up. So, but yeah. All right, and if you haven't signed up for Gilded, join over. It's free. Jump in there, have some conversations with us. We will love it. And keep looking out for the shorts and the new video on Tuesday. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Good night. Bye-bye.